Alright, this is going to be a quick crit for Riotbanger from the digital painting subreddit. And just wanted to kind of talk about your piece. You asked for some advice in terms of what you can do to improve it. And first things first, it's actually really good. There's a lot of really good things about this. Mainly the issues that you have are with the locations of the features in the face. So the rendering on the eyes, for example, are really good. Your nose is good. Your mouth is quite nice. The edges on the chin are really really kind of nice and painterly. And I think they overall feel really good. But you know, the main issue is, to me, the width of the eyes. The distance from the eyes to the nose is too great, and the distance between the eyes is too little. Also, just sort of generally, the face is incorrect in terms of its location. I know that sounds kind of an annoying thing to say, but that's the main idea. Actually, let me move this more. So if I go and take like a red color and we sort of look at the face, oops, make a circle that's a little bit better over the head. All right, so we've got your head here, got your kind of traditional egg. Starts it here and here. All right. The traditional thing to do is you just divide it in half, right? And that's where your eyes are going to be. And if you notice right off the bat, your eyes are too high. They're significantly too high. And so what we're going to want to go do is we're going to move those down, and we're going to move those outward a little bit. The width of your face is actually a problem as well. Like this, it's just way too wide, and the chin is probably a little bit too much distance between the bottom of the lip and then the chin. So the actual rendering of the individual components are actually quite good, but they're really just in the wrong places. So let me go duplicate this layer. I'm just going to go ahead and don't know why that didn't work, but all right, click on that. Layer, duplicate. Oh, because it's the canvas. Haha. Alright, so here we go. Move this down here, and now I can duplicate that, so we can go keep it. And just layer, duplicate layer, and select no. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, let's just go ahead and grab your eyes, and we're just going to go move them down. So really simply, just go take these guys, boom, put them down there, and right off the bat, that feels a lot better. They're still a little bit close together, but you know, we can fix that one pretty easily just by kind of moving them apart. So let me go ahead and do that. So again, just move this over here a little bit. And you know, these are pretty small details. These are not massive changes that we're making right now. So let me go move this over just a little bit inside. All right, so now I just go touch this back up. Go pick a different brush to go do that with. All right. So that's one problem done. Now what we need to go do is we need to just go pull up your features a little bit. So if I go grab these guys and just pull this in a little bit, right? Even just with those small little changes right there, that's going to make a pretty big difference, I think. I'm not really going to spend a huge amount of time on trying to make this rendered perfectly, because that's not really my goal. You can always go clean this up a little bit later on, but that's you know. And then probably pull the chin up a little bit. So just like that, we've already made some pretty decent progress. It's a guy, so you're probably going to have some cheekbones, right? And probably going to be a little bit darker. Yeah, and that's not perfect by any means, but that's I think a bit better than it was. You can also probably go and put this here, put more over here, bring this up. And another thing to realize is that the way that you did the eyebrows, just because of the sort of the arcing shape that they have, it's going to give it sort of a female feel to it. If we go and just grab this and put this in a little bit heavier and more straight, that's going to give it a more masculine feel, assuming that's what you were going for. But I think overall this is a pretty good job. Other things that I do want to mention is that your neck is also a bit too long. The pit of the neck is probably going to be somewhere around here. So it's going to be about, I don't know, what is that, like half a head down or so. And then you're going to go have probably, get a little pit, a little shadow underneath it. And then you're going to have the collarbone come out like this. And that's going to give you some more separation. You're also probably going to have this sort of generally darker on the neck. Actually not too bad. I think you already have a bit darker than the face, but some traps in there. That last little bit. You don't need to worry about it. I don't know what I was doing there. That was just sort of me starting to doodle on your drawing, and that probably wasn't really what you need out of this. But the point is that there is anatomy here that you need to be thinking about more than you currently are. You get your shadows. You're going to have an Adam's apple. I'm assuming that this is a guy. Your hair also was just sort of blocked in very lightly, and it doesn't really have any sort of feeling to it. So you probably want to put in some sort of highlights and give it some depth of itself, because it is a 3D object, so that's going to have some lighting to it as well. So you did do pretty good about putting some darkness underneath the hairline, which is good. A lot of people forget that. This lip is a little bit probably more puckery than it would normally be. Let's see, just knocking that back is going to make this be a little bit more masculine. Generally, men don't have quite the pronounced lips that women do. Right. Make it a little bit bigger. All of a sudden, it's more female again. Right. So yeah, hopefully that is a useful thing. If we go look at the newer version versus the older version, again, not super rendered or anything like that, but I think that's, you know, a bit better than than it was initially. And if I just do a really quick blend on some of these things, say, here we go. And clean this up so it's a little bit more cohesive. Also, don't be afraid to like lose detail. You know, there's a good chance that you may not actually see the eyes so brightly like this. You know, drop them back in the shadow a little bit. You can throw some more shadow up. I like the. You did a really good job of picking colors. I mean, I will definitely give you that. You did very good values. I think that came out really nicely. But you could definitely, you know, kind of knock some of the stuff back a little bit more, give some more kind of shape to the face. So that's the idea. But the main thing is not the rendering. You're doing a very good job with the rendering. The main problem is the eyes are way too high, way too close together, and really kind of where they fit in the face. So what I would recommend that you do is that you just do some really quick, you know, head studies. So you go back and you look at, you know, some Bridgman, or you look at some Loomis, whoever you like. Kind of look at putting together some faces. Oops, wrong layer. Putting together some faces, you know, just do the quick, right, halfway down, half of that, there's my mouth, boom. Kind of go in, put your jawline, ears. And try to make sure that your eyes are about one eye apart. Right? You do an X in each one. That's going to give you where the pupils go. They're looking straight forward. Yeah. And I think that's really what you want to focus on, is not doing a lot of drawings that are going to take a huge amount of time, but just doing some quick, like these are where the pieces of the face go. Because your rendering is actually quite good, and I think that is not something that you're going to have a huge amount of problems with. Whereas kind of looking at, you know, where are the actual pieces of the face and where they kind of tie together is going to be much more of something that you want to concentrate on. And again, I'm not making any claims that I'm a particularly good artist or an authority on these things, but those were the things that occurred to me about your piece. So hopefully that is useful, and hopefully that helps, and I will shut up now. Have a good day, and take care.